Hi, I'm Johnnie.
And I'm Dee Marie.
And we're the Artistic Nomads. And we're radically reducing our belongings over the next few months to live full-time in an RV. This week we sorted through all of our electronic items. Think computers, televisions, monitors, cords, cables, discs, etc.
So we had to hunt around the far corners of the house to get everything because we had some like old VCRs that were stacked in a storage area, and we had a bunch of floppy disks and CDs that we had put in the studio for use in art projects, and we got it all together, put it in a big pile with a few exceptions because we realized there were some electronics that were in use, like the camera that we used to record, the router and modem for the computer, the laptop,
Roku. We have the Roku.
The Roku. So we actually made a list of the things that weren't in the sorting because they're in use, and we realized that unlike other sorts, there's actually 3 categories this time. There are the things that you get rid of, there are things that you keep, and there are things that we're going to keep until we
get the RV.
Until we get the RV and figure out if we need them in the RV. We need them now because we use them now. But in the RV, we may not need them. We won't know that till we see what RV we get and what's
in the RV.
What's in the RV.
Yeah. So some of the things we know we'll need are like our laptops and our phones. We're going to need the Roku, in case you need some entertainment.
The camera to keep making videos.
And things that we're not sure about are televisions, our router, some of the other odds and ends that I have floating around. So we'll see when we get the RV. We'll see what we need.
And we'll have to do a second electronics sort at that point.
Yeah.
In the process of sorting electronics, you have to consider what you're doing with them, with the things that you're getting rid of. Because, for example, our local Goodwill won't accept analog TVs anymore, or really any TV that's more than a few years old, because people don't want to buy them.
And I found out Best Buy was taking televisions, but they're charging $25 now to recycle televisions.
And then you have things like, we actually have 5 1/4-inch floppy disks. If you're too young to know what those are, Google it.
It's something your grandmother used.
And some other weird things like that you can't actually recycle. So most of those things can be used as art.
We do plan to sell some of the electronics that are in good shape and are still in demand. Like we have a Polaroid camera, and we have a couple of extra digital cameras hanging out because every once in a while people gave us digital cameras so we could take pictures. And I have a couple of professional microphones that I use in my performance art that I'm gonna sell, and I found out a local store will take them. So and I was able to gift some camera stuff to friends, and I had an old film can that you develop 35 millimeter photography film in, and I passed that on to a young photographer who's still shooting in film. So that was really cool. It's really cool to pass my stuff on to people if I can. A few things went to Best Buy, random box of cords. I had 2 full boxes of cords, and I combined them, and that went to Best Buy, and some stuff went to Goodwill. And I took them the very day we sorted. I had a really emotional day that day, and I took them on the very day that we sorted stuff because I was like, we're getting rid of this shit.
And how'd that make you feel?
Oh my God, I felt so good. Johnnie here from Artistic Nomads. We just finished our electronic shedding, and I am on my way to Goodwill and Best Buy to deposit the giveaways, and I am really stoked about this. It was a lot of stuff, and it's done, and I am so happy about that. I am so happy I'm getting rid of this stuff. It's really incredible. Yay for shedding! It felt so good to just take it immediately and get rid of it.
And let go.
And let go. Yeah.
Now, if you do a little bit of research, you can find programs that will take your old cell phones, even flip phones, and refurbish them and use them in special programs. So, and there are also places like nursing homes and hospitals and senior living facilities that might accept DVD players or CD players so that their residents can have entertainment options. So do a little bit of research of that. What you want to be careful of is that most electronic items have hazardous materials in them, so you can't just throw them in the trash.
Yeah.
You need to check with your city refuge department to find out what the rules are. For example, in Phoenix, we aren't supposed to put like TVs in the trash. You're supposed to wait until they have a couple of times a year when they collect hazardous materials. They have the electronics day, and you take all your electronics on that day.
That's the way I got rid of some of my other stuff a
Right.
long time ago when we did a sort. When we did a shed, I got rid of some older stuff that I had.
And sometimes if you have enough electronics, you can arrange a special pickup with them where they'll come and haul them directly from your house. But do the research, don't just put them in the landfill.
Yeah. Be aware that there might be some emotional attachment that you didn't expect. I am something of an electronics hoarder. I have talked about this, and for years I planned to make sculptures, electronic sculptures, like a tower of TVs. I had like 7 televisions I was dragging around, and I was going to stick them together and make this great tower of televisions. That never happened. I was going to make assemblages of digital components from my old computers, and that didn't quite happen. Plus, I was always afraid of not having the right cord to connect to a particular component between my computer and my televisions.
And your stereo system.
And my stereo systems. Well, I didn't really have stereo systems. You had the stereo system.
That's true.
So I amassed quite a bit of stuff over the years. It's really insane how fast you can amass these things. So I got rid of some of the stuff when we moved in the past, but
then you just get more.
But then I just acquired more. And when we did when we did the shedding before, when I did the electronic shedding before, I wasn't ready to let go of some of this stuff. So this time, it all went. Got rid of all of it.
You should also keep in mind that you never know whether you're doing electronics or books or clothing or whatever category or room you're in. You might come across what Johnnie refers to as an emotional bomb box. So know that this might happen. And when we were doing the electronics sort the other day, Johnnie found an emotional bomb box.
I had this box labeled film stuff. I've shot film photography, 35 mil, and I shot Super 8 film too, a little bit. And so I wasn't quite sure what was in this box. I'm like, oh, it says film stuff. Okay, so I opened it up.
And it had been sealed up for like 10 years or something.
No, more.
More than 10 years.
More, 98, I think. So I opened it up, and I was facing a past relationship. I had put some stuff in there that belonged to the other person, and that was over 20 years ago. I had to stop. I had to look at it, and then I had to sort it. And we've set it aside. My advice right now is, if you have a box like that or boxes like that, and you know that, if you're not ready to deal with it, you can maybe open it and look into it and see what's in there. And if you're not ready to deal with it, close that baby back up, set it over in a corner somewhere where you can still see it, but not when you're going to sort it. And when you're ready to, grab somebody, grab that emotional support partner, whether it's your spouse or a really good friend or your spiritual advisor. I don't know, somebody who can help you, and have them sit with you while you sort the box. I was so grateful for you that you were there when we were sorting this, because if I had opened that box up like out in the studio, there was a couple of times I thought, I just need to open this up. If I had opened that box up when I was out in the studio by myself, it would have been it would have been probably more emotional. I would have probably had more of an emotional reaction than I had with you sitting there next to me with this big pile. So really, have somebody there with you. This isn't easy stuff.
Or at the very least, like Johnny said, put it aside, but where you can see it. Don't shove it back in the closet again.
No.
Leave it like on a table somewhere or in a corner so that you know that it's there, you know that you have to deal with it, and you can start mentally preparing yourself so that it's not the shock it was when you first opened it. And that will help you, if you don't have somebody, you will at least be in a better mental place. Okay, I know what this is, I've spent the last couple of weeks getting ready for it, and now I'm ready, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Because you don't want it to be another 10 or 20 years that it's hiding in the back of the closet, or even like in our case, getting moved from closet to closet as we moved from house to house.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still having a little bit of a reaction. And this is the thing about attachments.
In the next few days, we'll be uploading a couple of more videos. The first is the sorting process. We put up a camera, you can watch, you can see all of our stuff and how we sorted through it. And then there's a video that Johnny did that's the other side of the process. Because when you have electronics, you usually have the boxes that the electronics came in. And I know there are a lot of people out there who have stashes of boxes in their attic, in their garage, in their closet, of all of the electronics they ever owned, including the electronics that they've gotten rid of. No, we don't need reason. There's not
There's a reason I did that.
There's not. It doesn't matter what reason you have boxes. You have boxes.
We have the boxes,
and you have to get rid of them. And Johnny made a video about that.
Yes.
So if you don't want to miss those videos, and if you want to check out our other videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you get notified whenever there's a new video.
And remember, you can find us on social media as Artistic Nomads. And check out the Radically Reducing page on our website. It has blog posts related to our decluttering process and what we're going through.
We want you to share your reducing stories with us. We want to hear your decluttering triumphs and all the things that you're getting rid of. You can share pictures with us. You can just tell us a story. If you have video, we'd love to see it. You can link or comment below about your stories, or you can share them on social media and use the hashtag Radically Reducing. We want to start incorporating those stories in our videos and our blog posts.
Yeah, share your stories with us, please. And thanks for watching.
See you on the road. This week we decided to go through our entertainment category of belongings. So that included not only DVDs and CDs, but we even had some VHS and cassette tapes. Plus we have a really small collection of board games and jigsaw puzzles because we love to do jigsaw puzzles.